Look who's back! Back again! It's Daily Mix Time, and I'm your host, Angela Sharp. So excited to be back with you. We were on about a month and a half of a little summer vacation, summer break, if you will. A lot of shows do that, and so we did that too. But I'm so happy to be back here at STL TV in the studio. But during that month and a half, I did do a lot of really fun things, right? So I'm gonna kind of give you a little recap of what fun I had over the last month and a half. So I was in the America's Birthday Parade in downtown St. Louis with my friends from the Firebird I-55 Club. So we were down there, we went down the parade route. That was fun and all, but I have to tell you what the most fun part of that was following 14 other Firebird and Trans Ams down there. So we all met somewhere else and we followed each other down there. Mine, of course, is the bright blue one. We were kind of near the back of the pack. And my brother came with me. And I have to tell you, since my brother got married and had kids, I really don't hang out with just him as much anymore. And we used to hang out all the time. And so it was kind of fun to have just my brother with me during that parade. So that was a ton of fun. And you guys know that I love the Muni. The Muni is one of my most favorite places in the whole world. So I had to take my two most favorite people in the whole world, my niece and my nephew. My mom actually came too. She's just not big on photos. And we went and we saw Mary Poppins. Now granted, it was like 109 degrees outside, so the three of us were sweating and everything, but I do know that both of them thought it was pretty cool when Mary Poppins flew over the audience, because that's how they had it set up at the Muni. It was so neat. So she, a couple times she flew, because obviously Mary Poppins flies, but at the very end of the show, she flew from the stage over the audience, and it was super neat. And then of course, we had a little bit more fun. We did a little cruise in Limburg, if you will. We went out there, down the strip again. I had Jason on before. He talked about cruising Limburg. We had our second event. I took the Firebird out for that, and that was a ton of fun as well. Of course, there I am, waving to people. Somebody took a nice little photo of Skylar. Skylar is my Firebird. Anyway, it was a great time. I think I was gonna show you another photo, but I've totally forgotten what that photo was that I was gonna show you. Oh, it's this photo. That's what I was gonna show you. I shot a commercial. I played a nurse. That's my fake daughter. Next to me is my fake husband, and those are my fake parents. And actually, they were really, really nice people. We got along really well. That hasn't aired yet, so maybe you'll see me pretending to be a nurse with a family on your TV soon. Of course, there was a ton of Cardinals baseball games. I work up there in the Budweiser Terrace. This last homestand, since they came back from All-Star break, was amazing, right? They swept the Cubs, they swept the Yankees. Yes, it was also 105 degrees, but great news right there. And actually on Saturday, Busch 3 set a attendance record. More attendance than it had in any postseason, any home opener. So that was really neat too. I also met a lot of people from New York that were in town because we haven't played the Yankees in such a long time. A lot of them said they made this weekend their trip because they had never been to Busch Stadium, so that's why they came. So that is always fun. I also saw a whole bunch of movies, right? I saw Bullet Train. I'm gonna tell you, go see that. I saw Nope. That's just a nope. Man, that was bad. I saw Vengeance. I'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show, but we've got so much going on, so let's get started with today's Daily Mix. Neighbors helping neighbors has been the theme since last month's record rainfall and flooding. As recovery efforts continue, the city of St. Louis has deployed mobile command centers to aid residents and connect them with resources they need. Whether you need help or you're in the position to offer help, we encourage you to check out the city's website. Now, they have a page dedicated to relief and recovery resources. You can find that at stlouis-mo.gov/flood. Those floods were very devastating for a lot of people, so if you can help out, definitely do so. The Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis is also working to help flood survivors and is currently accepting donations weekdays from 9 to 5. Just this past weekend, they hosted their annual Urban Expo Back to School and Community Empowerment Festival with the St. Louis Public Schools. Now, every summer, this free event connects residents with a wealth of family resources, senior services, and social service opportunities. They also offer health screenings, school supplies, food, haircuts, live entertainment, prizes, and so much more. And get this, it's all free, even the parking. We've been showing you some of the highlights from this year's event. Hopefully you were able to make it out to America Center. If you want to learn more about the Urban League and see what they have coming up, you can visit them online at ulstl.com. This weekend also marked the return of the second annual Rides in School Supply Car and Bike Show. Area car and bike enthusiasts joined the Ride in School Supply team at the O'Fallon Park YMCA to bring the community another amazing and resourceful event. This year's event once again offered free haircuts and tons of great resources in addition to even more rides, school supplies, and scholarship money for 3 St. Louis City public school students and 1 teacher. Plus, who doesn't want to go to a car show? I love the hydraulics on that, by the way. What a great event. We look forward to seeing them back out next year. In the meantime, you can check them out at ridesinschoolsupply.org. KRSTL was also out in the community this weekend as it hosted the 3rd annual Project O in Forest Park. Runners and walkers were able to choose a 5K or 1-mile fun run or walk. The Opioid Awareness Walk was created to raise awareness and visibility of resources and services available to people affected by opioid addiction. KRSTL Health is a community-based healthcare system that provides medical care to underserved communities in St. Louis. You can learn more about them at carestlhealth.org. Now, there was a lot going on last weekend, and this coming weekend is no different. So get out a pen and paper and write down the events you want to go check out. Annie Malone will host its first ever Family Fest this Saturday. They're going to have free school supplies, free physicals, eye and dental exams, on-the-spot job interviews, a kids' fun corner, raffles, food trucks, and so much more. This free event will run from 10 to 2 this Saturday at Annie Malone Page Campus. You can find out all the details at anniemalone.com. And more fun awaits downtown this weekend when the Gateway Arch Park Foundation Blues at the Arch Festival returns to the park's North Gateway. Enjoy a free weekend-long music festival, rocking out to local and national blues artists while sipping on craft beer and cocktails at Booze and Blues. And of course, chowing down on some local eats from some of your favorite food trucks. The festival will also feature a kids' corner, a free bar fitness class, and more. The Blues at the Arch Festival runs August 12th through the 14th. You're going to find a full lineup and more at archpark.org/blues. Celebrating 75 years of India's independence with the world premiere of Samarpar. This dance drama honors the freedom fighters and their sacrifices and highlights the long struggle for freedom, starting in the 16th century and spanning through 1947 when independence was won. Samarpar features more than 120 artists from India and the USA and Canada and will make its debut this Saturday at 6 p.m. at the 2 Hall Performing Arts Center. For tickets and more information, visit surreyperformingarts.org. Now, you can grab your bicycle and you can get ready for a moonlight adventure when the Moonlight Ramble returns to its 58th edition. I love this. I went once with my dad and it was a ton of fun. It's the longest running nighttime bike ride and it returns to the Grove this weekend. In addition to a leisurely ride through the streets of St. Louis, the event also offers bike mechanics, vendors, live entertainment, and more. The Moonlight Ramble is open to all ages and it kicks off this Saturday night with the Moonlight Festival at 7 p.m. You can find all the details, register, and more at moonlightramble.com. You can celebrate St. Louis's French heritage and French cinematic legacy at this year's Robert Classic French Film Festival. This annual festival kicked off this past weekend and continues for the next 2 weekends. This year's film spans the decades from the 1920s through the 1990s, and each program features introductions and discussions by film or French scholars and critics. The festival is taking place at Webster University in Webster Hall and will continue August 12th to the 14th and August 19th through the 21st. Tickets and a full schedule can be found at cinemastlouis.org. All right, I did mention that I saw a whole bunch of movies, right? Bullet Train, yes, nope. But I also saw this movie, Vengeance. And you know, when you watch the trailer, and I'm gonna show you the trailer here in just a minute, I don't know that you're gonna get how funny this movie was, because this movie was really, really funny. It was funny, it had some twists and turns in it, and I really liked the premise of the fact that this man basically goes to a funeral of a girl that he just kind of hooked up with, because the whole family thinks they're in a serious relationship, because maybe that's what she told them. Check out this trailer for Vengeance.
I have a story.
Welcome to Texas.
I have a story.
Okay.
I'm in West Texas, where this family just lost their daughter to an opiate overdose.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
It's okay, it's not someone I was close to.
But you flew to Texas for it?
Yes. It was a girl I hooked up with a few times. Her family thought that we were more serious than I did.
I've heard so much about you.
I've heard, yeah.
Evelyn just didn't die, she was murdered.
What?
And the two of us are going to avenge her death.
So, as like a personal boundary, I don't avenge deaths. But here's what I can do. I'm gonna record everything that you think happened to Abilene. And we'll put it on a podcast, and we'll see where it leads.
What evidence does he have that it was a murder?
Nothing. And that's the story.
What's this podcast about?
A new American reality where people invent these conspiracies.
You got deep state, pill pushers, cartels, the law.
Because the truth is too hard to accept.
My Prius exploded.
Oh my God. What if you were driving a real car with gas and stuff?
The problem isn't that these people aren't smart. The problem is that they are.
How do you take your coffee?
In the mouth?
If you want people to open up to you, you gotta act like one of us.
Who here is a diehard fan of the University of Texas? And who here is a fan of Texas Tech?
What if she was murdered?
This just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Looks like 2 pairs of Prince cowboy boots.
Calling out an APB to find 2 men wearing cowboy boots?
What happened to her?
Why do you care so much?
Why do you care so little?
We're so lucky in you, Evelyn.
I really don't know what you saw in me.
Art sees art.
Texas has a whole
You can't solve something like this with a 45. It's the breakdown of society is what it is.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that's very wise.
You're gonna need a 12 gauge, couple of ARs,
No.
Western automatic, and a sidearm for safety.
Exactly.
Where are you right now?
I'm in an Uber.
Now, I don't want to date an actual cowboy because that would be entirely too much work. And I've never thought Ashton Kutcher was hot, ever. Never thought he was hot. But him dressed up like a cowboy, he looks pretty hot in that thing right there. It looks pretty good. I think you should go see that movie. Bullet Train's also another one you should go see. Now, our St. Louis Surge has been playing so well. Unfortunately, they were recently knocked out of the playoffs. But you know, they've got a lot of STL TV love going on over there. So Todd Blackstock is the announcer. Draco is their in-game host. Plus, who doesn't love a great basketball game? So I'm gonna take you back to their last regular season game win, kind of show you what that was all about.
our co-STL TV player of the game, Osh Brown, number 32. What a big game for you tonight. 18 points, 8 rebounds, and I tell you, it was an exciting game, start to finish.
Right. This is a good win to come in the tournament. We're going back to play them right again. We blew them out, kind of blew them out this way. I know this isn't even our best. We didn't even play our best. The first half, I'll say probably the worst we ever played. Just knowing that this ain't our best, I know we're going to get this ring.
So you played at Rutgers University in the NCAA, so you're used to rowdy crowds. But I tell you what, for a summer league in the GWBA, it doesn't get much better than this. How was it when you traveled to the other cities? Is it anything like this?
No, nowhere near like this. I feel like we got the best fans. St. Louis shows us love, and as you can see tonight, they did it.
I mean, talk about Khalia Collier, the owner of this team. I mean, look at the brand and the team and the situation you're building here in St. Louis. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible just knowing that this is only my first year with them. Overall, her doing this for 10 years, and she just keeps growing every year. You can only imagine what she's going to be 5 years from now.
Tell us about your thoughts of the game. I mean, the Surge came out strong today. They had some very talented players. 3 Rutgers players for the Surge. They had a Rutgers player, so Rutgers definitely being represented here tonight. But, you know, just tell us a little bit about the game. I mean, it was I wouldn't say it was back and forth. I think the Surge dominated pretty much. But, you know, they didn't go away, and they're going to be on their court next week.
Right. Overall, I feel like it wasn't a dogfight, but at the end of the day, it was still a game. They were still in it the first half. Yeah, we wasn't playing our best, but overall they were still in the game. We were still up, but our defense wasn't there. So just knowing that we go to their place next week, our defense got to be on point because at this point, anybody can lose anything. So overall, I know that we're going to get them next week too.
All right, thanks a lot. Osh Brown, number 32, 18 points, 8 rebounds, our STL TV co-player of the game. And the St. Louis Surge end the season with a 6-3 record with a big roll down the stretch last week with a buzzer beater, 101-100 over the Wisconsin Glow. Shug Sutton drains it at the buzzer. Tonight, 94-79 over the Flint Monarchs and our old captain, Rebecca Harris. Well, the Surge will be right back next week in Flint, Michigan to take on the Monarchs in the first round of the playoffs. Let's see if the Surge can come home with a national championship again. It was a huge game for the Surge, and, you know, the points, everybody really played a huge role. The 2 players of the game, the STL TV players of the game, were Osh Brown, who we spoke with 18 points, 8 rebounds, and Shug Dixon with 18 points and 6 assists. But if you go down the list, Kelsey McClure, 16 points. She was 3 of 6 from the 3-point range. And of course, Shug Sutton again with 16 points. She was our player of the game twice this year, and she's just a tremendous player from Parkway North and the University of Texas. Well, hey, folks, it was an exciting regular season. We'll be back in 2023, but right now we're going to focus on the 2022 GWA playoffs in Flint, Michigan next week.
Let's go!
What are your final thoughts?
Business.
What are your final thoughts, Khalia?
Todd, it's the 10th season. We just finished the regular season, and we had a packed house. I'm elated. Thank you, Surge Nation.
I can't believe it. I was looking around. I saw all the people up in the top rafters tonight.
Packed tonight.
You know, then I look around, I see all the great entertainment. You know, the University of Divas, you got the little divas, the big divas at halftime. You bring in Draco this year to, you know, bring some more excitement to the team. But the crowds keep growing and growing each season, and you know, and it's just such a fun show.
Todd, we're back. We're back. This has been an amazing, amazing season to end the regular season this way, to have our 10th season be so special, and the Surge fans are showing their support. We're going to keep growing, we're going to keep building, and we're going to pack this place out.
You know, 2 returning players from last year, Brittany Carter and Kelsey McClure. Got a new coaching staff, and the season started out, you know, maybe a little slow, but it seemed like the players started buying in. I'm not sure if there was any coaching changes made, but the team gelled mid-season, and they're on a roll. And I mean, going down into the playoffs, I mean, I like our chances as good as anyone else, but it's not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy by any means, but what I can tell you about this season, this team is something special. From our coaching staff, which I felt like we assembled the Avengers. There are 3 coaches that are St. Louis legends with Coach Petra Jackson. And wow, we're so happy to have her back with Justin Tatum joining us now on the women's side, and having Jerome Douglas has been something special to have them as a unit. Now when you fast forward into this roster, they're a family. This is the best team chemistry I've ever seen of any Surge team. any Surge team. They're truly a family on and off the court, and that's what's going to make us win this ship.
All right, any final thoughts before we let you go?
Surge fans, we're going to need your support all the way through, but just, Todd, it's always thank you. Thank you for making this such an amazing experience, because without you, we don't have this place rocking like this.
I tell you what, thank you for having me. And, you know, we've had a lot of fun over these years. 10 years now with the St. Louis Surge, and it's been a great run, but we're not done.
Get another ring. That's what that is. He's trying to get another ring.
We're going to get another ring. Hey, I'm Todd Blackstock for STL TV. Go Surge!
Congratulations to the Surge on a hard-fought season. You guys should definitely follow along with them so you can maybe go see a game next season when they start back up. Well, that's going to do it for the Daily Mix, but we want to make sure that you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can always drop us a line at thedailymix@stltv.net. We want to hear from you. Who should I interview? Where should I go? What should we cover? Just, keep us in the loop. Now keep it right here on STL TV and experience St. Louis. I'll see you next time.